The Magnificent Seven is no longer outperforming the S&P 500. Yahoo Finance's Julie Hyman joins me now with a closer look.
I mean, we sort of knew this instinctively, right, Josh, that we have been seeing the Magnificent Seven, large cap tech, that has really been falling back. The long-awaited catch-up for the other 493 in the S&P 500 finally seems to be happening for the second month in a row. Kevin Gordon over at Charles Schwab, a friend of the show, pointing that out. So you see this here. This is basically the monthly performance of the Magnificent Seven minus that of the S&P 500. So when you see it down, that means that the Magnificent Seven is underperforming. And that hasn't happened going all the way back to 2023, and certainly hasn't happened consistently with this kind of depth for quite a long time either, as we see that sort of rotation continuing here. So it's interesting to see it sort of laid out in these terms. We earlier talked to Keith Gangle over at Gradient, and he talked about this phenomenon as well and what investors should do about it.
Obviously, we don't like to see the Mag 7 massively underperform, but I think it's wise for people to take a little bit of profits out of their Mag 7 and kind of put in other companies. And I think that's exactly what's going on with the market. And again, they're such a big market cap. They're about 30-some% of the overall S&P 500. So we want those names to perform, but I do think it's wise to take a little bit off, maybe go underweight if that's your benchmark, and kind of put those names in otherwhere.
And by the way, it's not just for the last month. It's happening again today. As we know, in today's session, we saw the NASDAQ 100, not the Mag 7, but the NASDAQ 100 down 3.2%. The S&P 500 down about a full percentage point less than that. So the outperformance of the S&P continuing, Josh.
All right. Thank you, Julie.